Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this video, our group will be discussing about relative clauses. First of all, let me introduce myself and my partners. My name is Alvina Putri Damayanti and my partners are Sayyid Asyuraihan, Ulfatul Asna, and Vindi Octavio. Okay, now let me explain to you about relative clause. What is relative clause? Relative clause is a special kind of subordinate clause whose main function is as modifier to a noun or nominal. Or we can say that relative clause connect ideas by using relative pronoun like who, which, where, when, and any other pronoun which related to something previously mentioned. As you can see, there are some example relative clauses as modifiers of noun. Example number 1. The manager warns all employees who were late to the meeting. In example number 1, we have got two clauses here. The first one is the manager warns all employees, and who were late to the meeting is the other clause. Both clauses talk about all employees. And who were late to the meeting is relative clause, which is modifies employees. Meanwhile, who in sentence is a relative pronoun, which interpretation is provided by their antecedents. As you can see, the noun employees is the antecedents. Antecedent is an expression in an upper clause that is modified by the relative clause. Meanwhile, anapor is the relation between pronoun and its antecedent. So, we can say that who is anaporically related to employees. And now, look at the example number 2. Do you see the cat which is lying on the roof? Which is lying on the roof is relative clause, which is modifies cat. And cat in sentence is a noun or antecedents. Meanwhile, we can say that which is anaporically related to cat. Now, we will discuss about WH and non-WH relative clauses. There are two kinds of relative clause here. The first is WH relative clause. WH relative clauses essentially contain a relative pronoun like who or which that express anaporic relation to modified head noun. The other kind of relative clause is non-WH relative clause. Non-WH relative clause do not contain WH relative pronoun. In this kind of relative clause, we can use a that instead of who or which. But there is still have a relatives element even though this element is not expressed overtly. And non-WH relative clause divided into two subtypes. There are that relative, which introduced by the clause subordinator that, and bare relative, which doesn't contain neither a relative phrase or does it start with that. Next, look at the example of WH and non-WH relative clause. The example of WH relative clauses is the medicine which she needed is not obtainable, which in the example as relative pronoun that contain WH word. And now, look at the example of that relative clause. The medicine that she needed is not obtainable. That relative clause has a relative pronoun, but it is not WH word. The relative pronoun in the example is that. Next, example of bare relative clause. The medicine she needed is not obtainable. Bare relative clauses here do not have any relative pronoun because the subordinator is omitted. Okay, now let's talk about the relatives element. Relatives element is the element inside the relative clause that refers to the antecedents. If there is a relative pronoun, then the relatives element corresponds to the relative pronoun. The relatives element can have a range of function in the relative clauses. Different function of the relative element in the WH relative clauses as illustrated here. The relative element can be subject in the relative clause, such as some student who study hard. Inside the bracket, who here as relative element which filling the subject function. So, who here is a subject of study. Next, relative element can be object in the relative clause. For example, a book which they read. A book is a modifier by relative clause, and which here anaphorically related to book. And next example, relative element can be complement of preposition. For example, this is a movie which I suggest to. This movie here anaphorically related to which. Next, relative element can be adjunct of time, adjunct of place, and adjunct of reason in the relative clause. For example, the day when they were married. When is a relative element which indicated time. And the restaurant where we first met. Where is relative element which indicated place. And then the reason why she is so upset. Why is the relative element indicating adjunct of reason. So you could normally say she is so upset, where we first met, and so on. Alright, let's look at the non-WH version using that relative clause. And if you see the parenthesis around that which optional, so you can have that omitted. In this case, you can use bare relative clause or that relative clause without any relative pronoun. So you can say a book they read or a book that they read. But if you see at the example number 1, some students that study hard. The subject in this case requires the relative pronoun, either WH pronoun such as who or that pronoun. So when the relative element in the subject position, the relative pronoun has to be present. And you can omit the WH pronoun or that pronoun in the subject position.
Okay, I'm Syed Ashur Raihan Jalaluddin. My student number 193200135. And I'm going to tell you about two topics. First is I am man with an embedded clause, and the next is the relative phrase. So we are stepping to the first topic, that I am man with an embedded clause. I know you guys want to know what is an embedded clause, so here we go. An embedded clause is another way of using a subordinate clause, but in the middle of a sentence. It becomes embedded in the sentence. Usually, this clause will be separated by 2 commas, one before and one after. And then there are two types. There are two types of embedded clauses. First, nominal clauses, and the second is relative clauses. Nominal clauses create the embedded clause using for, that, from, or being. And relative clauses create the embedded clause using which, where, who, whom, and whose. But now we are only going to talk and explain about relative clause. Then actually it is possible to be located within a content clause embedded inside the relative clause. For example, our dog, who is very friendly, lick my friend's nose. Our dog as a subject of main clause. Who is very friendly is relative clause. And the following sentence is the verb and the object of the main clause. So our dog, commas, who is very friendly, commas, lick my friend's nose. And next example, our neighbor, who is very old, told us stories about the war. Our neighbor is a subject of a main clause. Who is very old is relative clause, told us stories about the war is the subject and the object of a main clause. So our neighbor, Thomas, who is very old, Thomas told us stories about the war. Like that. So we are stepping to the second topic, that's the relative phrase. There are two concepts. First, the relative phrase, and the second, the relative vised element. The relative phrase, the constituent occupying initial portion in the clause, and the relative vised element, the element that is anaphorically related to the head noun, the element we have been representing as are. For example, she hasn't been able to give back the people whose book she borrowed. The relative phrase is the one marked by the double underline, whose book. Yeah, and the relative vised element is just whose or which. So whose book is the relative phrase, and whose only is the relative vised element. And the people there is antecedent. Like the following example, this is the way from which they were searching. From which is the relative phrase, and which only is the relative vised element. And before them, there is the way. Yeah, so that is antecedent of the sentence. Maybe that's all for me.
I'm Ufa Lasna. I'm going to explain to you about relative clause, especially integrated and supplementary relatives. The relative clause considered so far have all been tightly integrated into the structure of the noun phrase, containing them integrated relative. The relative provides information that helps identify the referent of the antecedent further, and supplementary relative adds information on the antecedent that is not required to identify it. Intonation and punctuation. Integrated relatives are integrated intonationally into the larger construction. Supplementary ones are set apart, spoken as a separate intonation unit. Punctuation doesn't provide quite as reliable a criterion as intonation. However, because we define relatives which are clearly supplementary but are written being set apart by punctuation. Next, interpretation. The name we have given to the two types of relative clause directly reflect the difference in meaning. And the example in integrated, there are politicians who make extravagant promise are trusted. Serves to restrict the denotation of the head noun politician. The lack of the trust doesn't apply to all politicians, but just ones who make extravagant promises. The information given in the relative clause is an integral part of the larger message. It plays an essential role in defining who is being to lack public trust. On the basis of the kind of contrast, the two types of relative clause are traditionally called restrictive or sometimes defining and non-restrictive or non-defining. The integrated relative is not always restrictive in the sense of picking out a subset of the set denoted by the head noun. Example, in Martha has two sons who are still at school and two who are at university, certainly are semantically restrictive. They distinguish two sets of sons, and in example of Martha has two sons, she can rely on, and hence is not unduly worried. There is no restriction. There is no implication that Martha has more than two sons.
I will explain about integrate and versus supplementary relative part of syntax. In addition to what we have just set out concerning the phonologics or functional and semantic fact about integrated and supplementary relative, there are also a number of syntactic differences we will mention four. The first is who relative versus non-who relative. Supplementary relatives are almost always the who type. The bare construction is not allowed at all as supplementary relative, and supplementary that relatives are extremely rare and really only marginally present in standard English. And the second is attention allowed for supplementary relative. Supplementary relative allow the wider range of attention than integrate ones. Most importantly, they accept clause and proper noun without determinant, like as in example in this PPT, this presentation. The third is which as pronoun or determinant, which occurs in integrated relative only as a pronoun, but in supplementary relative it can also be a determinative, like example in this presentation. At number 4 is function. Integrated relative function as dependent, more especially modifier within the construction containing them, but supplementary relative are attached more loosely and in that might constitute a separate sentence, as in example in this presentation. And that's my explain for this presentation. Thank you.